Nikki, formerly One Day, on the song Pray For Me. It's playing on the Home of Fresh and Classic Hits 96.9 FM. Good morning to you. A happy Saturday, and officially welcome to the Home of Fresh and Classic Hits 96.9 FM. This is PAL Radio, and you're tuned into The Edge all the way to 1 in the PM with the guest master Apple Swani
and Tamaz Rawu.
How are you, bro?
I'm good.
How's your week been?
Maandamano week.
Uliandamana?
Liandamana lakini kwa nyumba.
I know. Ule ni wale watu wa silent treatment.
Hapana, protest lakini in the house.
Ama you're the keyboard warrior?
I'm not a warrior, but I am. Wewe uliandamana?
I was at work.
Oh.
Yeah, so
kuna reason.
But nilienda nikona what's the damage they did in town, which was so sad to see, by the way. And still seeing even today was while I was passing in town coming to work, like seeing people trying to control
come back to where they
are. And I'm like, wow, ndo na wipe uko makio kutozo maview and everything. It was so sad to see. So that gives my week a 6 because of the maandamano.
Yeah,
out of 10.
Even mine 5.
And how was your week in a scale of 1 to 10? We always love to interact with you. And no, 0702-969-969 is where you can let us know. And across your platforms at PAL Radio K.
Khadida, number 1 fan.
Okay, really?
Khadida is real, by the way. Down to earth.
Oh, nice.
Footballer.
You're tuned to the Home of Fresh and Classic Hits 96.9 FM. This is PAL Radio, and you're listening to The Edge. My name is the guest master Apple Swani
and Tamaz Rawu.
It's about that time we dive into our pop check of the day, and let me tell you, B.E.T Awards. Like, if there's something I always long to see, is the performances at the B.E.T. This year's B.E.T, Kirk Franklin represented to the fullest. You know, you're performing to performers because you know the room is filled with other performers. Oh yes.
So you're performing to other performers. So you really have to bring your A game. Yeah. And I think Kirk Franklin really. He killed the show. I think he was the last performer. He was the one closing the show off.
And that was so nice to see, like, whatever he pulled with the dancers, was especially starting with like how Black Americans normally preach as well. Yeah. And also highlight was when he pulled Jamal Roberts. Who thought?
Yeah, finally, I think they're gonna do a song together, I'm sure.
Jamal Roberts and Kirk, that would be a banger. Yeah, and in case you're wondering who Jamal Roberts is the winner of the just concluded American Idols. And yeah, that was so nice.
It was nice. And I think even the speech that he gave, I found it very interesting because he talked about how I'm not perfect, I fall, I sin, I'm not the perfect Christian, I'm not the perfect husband, and that I'm not the perfect father, not even a perfect artist, because I can't even sing. You know, people have been making fun of him that he can't sing.
Okay.
Which makes him, like, the award even more amazing because it's all to God, because he gave credit to God and he was just encouraging people and saying that it can happen to anybody. And I think that was amazing. I think also another big story was Glorilla won the best Christian song, which I think has been another controversial issue. I don't think she should have won.
Yeah, you don't think she should have won? So. Okay, I don't have an opinion yet about it and everything, but also I was like, even from her dressing, like when she was going for the award, I was like, it's not giving Christian. I don't know.
I feel like we have narrowed down our group of Christian singers. And I think if you've been listening to PAL Radio, you know there's a diverse artist out there who maybe are not getting the credit that they should. Yeah. So giving it to a secular artist, I don't think was the right approach.
Yeah, and the fact that also we have never played Gorilla.
And we should not.
That you always need to prepare for, it's always the speech.
You have to have an acceptance speech. I hope they are being told that they're going to win before they win. If it's a surprise, now if you're prepared and then you don't win.
It's good to always be prepared, Raul.
I think they should tell you.
Now it's fake. Now I feel like if I already know that I'm going to be winning this award, bagging it, I feel no, I want it to be a surprise.
What if you go, you haven't won anything, you just sit the whole day?
But you enjoyed the performances and the experience as well, and the networks.
Make it make sense. Let's frankly I hear him. He was really inspirational. Everybody was inspired by his words.
Yeah, let's listen to some crack, then we'll go back into some hip.
We're
You know
already
the way
in
you talk about Christmas and 24th, you're still saying it's Christmas. Yeah, it's already Father's Day. We have amazing dads in the house. Hey, even unajua ni ndume ya kwa nyumba. Maybe you can introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Philip Wanyangu Wakusama, and I am a dad to one Toby Wanyangu, who is just 1 year and 1 month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and my name is Simon Ngugi Mwangi. A father to one boy, very handsome, almost like the dad.
Almost, but I'm in Peter.
Yeah.
The fact you're saying almost.
Actually, he's turning 1 year 7 months today.
Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations, young dads.
Thank you.
Yeah, something change. It's like when you become a father, your voice changes. Unaweza sikiza sauti.
Yes. Love it. Welcome to the home of fresh and classic hits. I don't know, do you guys change diapers?
I was thrown into the deep end shortly after we got our child, and I remember having to change the diaper for the first time in hospital, and I was just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And thankfully my wife was there to help, so haikuwa mbaya sana, but yeah, I've been changing diapers ever since. Yeah.
Simon.
Yeah.
Simon kama hajawahi change diaper.
Diapers have changed me. Yes. Yeah. So I changed diapers.
How did you learn about changing? Like, how did you get the skill? Because now, me, if you give me a baby to change a diaper, I don't think I can.
Oh.
How do you learn the skill?
The mom.
Oh, the mom.
Yeah. She's an expert. I don't know where she learned, but yeah, that's where I learned. Ilibidi nimeonyeshwa. It was not easy at first because unaweza mrap vibaya. Second, it might be even tighter. Unaweza mfanya kuwe tight sana. Yeah, so I got to learn from the mom. Yeah, it has not been easy, but because changing another man.
Really?
And then you have to be there, just act normal, because it's been interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. And let me ask, what was your the first time you realized you're a father, or when you got the news you'd be a father? How was that feeling like?
Well, it was very interesting because one, my wife has a condition called PCOS, which makes it so hard to get pregnant. So when we found out that we had a baby on the way, we were so thrilled, we were so joyful, we were happy, elated, over the moon. Think of any emotion, and then times 10. It was very exciting, Finally, we've had a chance to have a child after many times, trying and, to no avail. And we could just owe it all to God because He gives and takes. But it was an amazing feeling. Yeah.
Okay.
Simon?
Surprised. We're like, oh, we're pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yes, we had planned for it because we wanted a child. But we were not expecting him at the time that he came. We were expecting to have the child maybe the year after. But Mungu na mipango yake.
Mipango ya Mungu.
Yeah, but it was exciting.
Yeah.
After the surprise, after the fact, yeah, it was really exciting knowing that, hey, we're about to have a child.
Yes.
Just me and you, but you are. I call him the product of our love. The product of our love. Yeah. So it's the love that we have, and then here it is.
Yes.
Here it is. Yeah. So it was really exciting.
Okay, you've said something earlier on, Simon. You could not fathom the aspect of changing another man. The diapers and everything. And so I'm actually interested to know how has fatherhood changed your perspective? Yeah.
In a big way. In a really big way.
What are those some of the things that you're like, hey, I could not see myself like doing this, but right now you're actually doing it, like, oh, yeah. Man to man.
Man to man. Yeah. Of course, the diaper. Because apart from maybe kama he has gone for the short call liko sawa, but the other one it's not that easy. You have to be really humble, gentle, I mean with the child. So in our said younger, for me, like what I've learned is that humility and gentle, and those emotions that we usually affiliate to women. You're just the caring part, like Talia, and then you're running there. What's up? Is everything okay? Yeah. So me, I think it has appealed to that emotional part of me that probably I've never really gotten to get in touch with.
Okay, and for you, Phil?
I think let me just go back the diaper thing, because it's a humbling experience.
Yeah.
Wow. First of all, it stings. See, inanuka vibaya sana. But it's a really humbling experience, because you realize, it's my child, and my child's care is dependent on two people.
Yeah.
You and your wife. So you can't just leave all these things to your wife, saying yata deal nayo alafu I'll just sit there and watch, and that has really helped me become a humble man, for sure. But also, as you said, just drawing out the aspects of you caring as a man, has really been brought out. And just, I remember my wife making this comment, because she goes to work and I work from home. She says, I really like that you've learned how to make uji for the child, you've learned how to change his diaper, you've learned how to take care of him and play with him. And we're talking to someone earlier today and just saying, man, it really takes a man of intention to want to spend time with their child, because the natural instinct is the wife will do that.
Yeah.
And so it's very humbling, and it's hard at the same time. But I guess the biggest change is humility.
Nice. I'm loving it. Simon and Philip, what's the one thing you wish you were told before you became a dad?
Sorry, what's the one thing
you wish you knew or you were told before you became a dad?
Two things. That I'd lack sleep the first few weeks, and it's not a joke. It's hard. It's hard, because your child is waking up every 2-3 hours. For those who are really lucky, every 4 hours, and every those 2 hours or 3 hours, you really can't sleep afterwards. But again, you start to get into the grind of that, and it really helps you get to know your child better. And second, that parenting is not easy. Again, as I said before, you really have to be intentional about why you want to have a child. My wife says, if you don't want to be a father or a mother, then don't be. So,
is there a day, like in line with what you just mentioned, is there a day that ulikuwa tu naangalia pockets are empty but the kid needs something?
Mbaya sana. Wow.
And how was that day like? And what was it?
So you pray and ask God to help you. In the long run, God does really come through, and He's come first through in the 11th hour, at midnight, 12 for 1, I may come through. But on such days, the train of thought is, come to yako sawa bede, tuko sawa. Yeah. So you just sacrifice for the child, and just their comfort is everything for you. Yeah.
Maybe just to add on that question, because it's an interesting question. Are there times you feel like you're not a good enough father? So, because I'm sure even people out there are wondering that you want to be a father, but you feel like, siwezani. Sindio Apollos.
Yeah.
So,
very
personal.
Are there times when you feel like, wow, I don't think I'm a good father, or I fail like a father? How do you overcome such instances?
Maybe Simon can go first on that.
Of course there are so many of them, because one thing about being a parent, being a dad, is that it's demanding. It's demanding in terms of energy, in terms of time. Talking with Philip, especially boys, because we both have boys, work on this energy. And there are times they just want to play. Umetoka job, you're tired. And sometimes you are tempted to be a bad father kidogo, because now you're like, I want to play with you, but not at this level of energy. So it's like 10 minutes, and then you're like, Coco Melon. You're like, Coco Melon, please help. Yeah, so sometimes I wish I had more energy, more nini, to play with the child. But I think at the end of the day, ni just that yo kidogo unaweza peana, just give it to the child. Yeah.
I do think I agree with Simon as well. Man, there are times you come home and you're really tired, and I mean, you want the best for your child, you want to play with them, you look at your wife is also tired, and it's just like, tipo, so nashanga, sad to do, but then we mechoka, as in, and then kids get bodies, so they want something new, they just don't want the same old, all the time. But I think the times I felt like I'm not a good enough dad is, the times maybe I have disciplined my son, kumchuna, maybe when it wasn't as necessary in my wife's opinion or even someone else's opinion, and I'm just looking back and thinking, did I do something wrong, or for his birthday we really hoped we'd have enough money to buy him a bike, that was at a specific price range, but we couldn't afford that, and I just kept wondering, man, I've let down my family, and such instances, do come and go, and you feel like, man, I've missed the mark as a father. But you do get encouragement from others who have gone ahead of you.
Wow, that's thank you for sharing. So there's some questions that have come in, maybe you can quickly just go through them. Somebody out there in our listeners who's asking, what's your most unexpected dad hack? Like, do you have a hack that you feel like makes work easier for you as a dad?
Well, that's a hard question, because every kid is different, so I can't say there's one particular hack. However, this is what I'd say. Every one, get a group of people who you can grow with. So like, I'm in a group of married people, and at least two of us are fathers, and two are about to become fathers. And just sharing insights with them, has really helped. At least one with the other guy that's a father. So what do you do when when your child is doing this? What do you do? So find a group of people who you can grow with. Second, books. The Kenyan culture and books is so bad. There's so many books out there that can really help you, and I think just reading, even you don't have to read the whole book, just read a few pages on what, developmental stages of your child, and that will really help you.
Mr. Simon?
Coco Melon. That's my hack. Just kidding. One thing about kids, they want attention, and so having games that you can play with your child, and this is your game. Like, I know when my child is crying, he's bored now and he looks like he's being tempted to cry. There's this game we play in Cool Man. Love, like, it works all the time. Really? Come on, Alia, we do that. Anatulia. To me, I would say that's my biggest hack.
Kurima. And you see like how they're in different worlds. Kurima, then there's this one, go to the books.
And both work.
I'm enjoying and loving the conversation, and hope that that's the case on your end. We continue the conversation in the next hour, and also in the next hour, DJ is still around. And
what do you experience?
More than 365 days plus.
See jokes. Now, during the break, Simon ametuambia he's a rapper.
Are you a lapper?
I don't know.
Unamlapianga apart from Kurima.
Kurima. Some buzz.
You can drop some buzz? Okay.
A couple. It's been a minute, but well.
We want to see your rap game. I don't know, DJ Lizon, do you have like a beat that you can give him and see whether like he still got his rap game on?
He's been out for 1 year. Amekuwa kicheza hiyo tu. Coco Melon nimemharibu pia.
Yes, so acha tukupe headphones. Ndio usikie the beat DJ akiplay tuone kama unaweza ongoza the buzz. DJ Lizon, you have something? As we take that from DJ Elazon, you can keep the conversation going across social platforms at Pearl Radio KE. We are good? Okay. let's hear from a dad. Maybe utatuangushia lines za mabuda. Yeah.
Let's go to yours.
Really, how the bars we can go.
A few bars, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Ndizo zinakuja, okay. Yeah. Minus Christ, kila mseni maiti, the living dead, yani merely existing for only God. Anapea life meaning, yeye pekee is the essence of living. So najitoa kama living sacrifice, holy, blameless and holy in his sight. Natoa yote, withholding nothing at all. For in him I live and die and have my being. To live is Christ, to die is gain. To live is Christ, to die is gain. To live is Christ, to die is gain. To live is Christ, to die is gain.
Oh, to live is Christ, to die is gain. To live is Christ, to die is gain. Hey, to live is Christ, to die is gain. Hey, Philip, unataka pia ku
Mimi niko tu sawa.
Hey, nice. Oh, nice. I love it.
Thank you.
So ulianza ulikuwa unaimbukiwa before you were dad ama pia sasa ukiwa dad?
Before I was a dad, like your high school.
Oh.
Yeah, Queen's High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out to Aquinas.
Yeah, shout out to AQ.
Yes.
Okay, so we have some quick fire questions. I think we can quickly go through them
Yeah.
and see. Just you choose either of these two. Which one you'd rather do?
Okay.
So just quickly, just answer. Then we move on. So bedtime stories or a lullaby song?
Bedtime stories.
Lullaby.
Yeah, msadi.
Lakini sio lullaby una rap hapo.
Wax.
Okay, there's another one I think you mentioned as well. I would want to hear. Co-sleeping, that's the same bed or a crib?
Crib.
Crib.
Hey, mambo ya kushare watu wataki.
Okay. Cartoons or YouTube Kids?
Books.
I see the bedtime stories now where they come in. Say more. Cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay, for lunch, do you want packed by you or your partner for your child?
By my partner.
My partner also.
Hey, watu wanatuma hapa. Hey.
Okay. Are you like that person to talk it out or like way? Let's figure and talk tuchune mara moja ishe.
Tuchune because they don't understand anything you're saying.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe when they're older, we can talk it out.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. For me, talk it out. Tuna baadaye.
I see that, like right now, like Philip's justifying the point of the one day he picks.
Okay, so morning cuddles or bedtime routine?
Can we choose both?
Okay. Just one.
One.
Uh-huh.
Bedtime routine.
Okay.
This for the child.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. To confirm. Your bedtime routine.
Okay, let's see. Who are you exactly? Are you the type of dad to make your kid laugh, or when they're crying you calm them down?
Make them laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Kurima. All right, to continue the vibes, when we come back, we still have what did you know in place, so you want to keep it here on the home of Fresh and Classic Hits. But right now, let's go back to SA with DJ Elizon.
Ooh.
It's about that time.
We go to the did you know. So we've had in the news throughout the whole week, I think, from the matter that has been trending.
Yeah.
And we wanted to talk about...
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So we want to talk about the Kenya arrest procedure. What should happen once you're arrested?
Yeah, so in case you ever find yourself that you're on the bad roads with the cops, you know, in case you're arrested, this is the procedure that should be observed. So you have to wake mahali for 3 days, then upeleko sijui Kakamega, utolewe huko.
So this procedure is governed by the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and the Criminal Procedure Act Cap 75. So these are some of the outlines. Number one, this arrest can happen with or without a warrant. So the police don't need a warrant to arrest you, but depending on the nature of the offense. But the arresting officer must identify themselves. That means they must say they're a police officer.
Yes.
And inform the person of the reason for arrest.
For the arrest. And also, like, I feel like with their IDs, they need to, because anyone can come here and say, I'm arresting you and I'm a police officer. Kidogo jipata kwa Subaru. You need to show me your ID as well, you know.
Yeah, so make sure you ask them for their identification. Number 2 is under Article 49 of the Constitution, arrested person has the right to be informed promptly in a language they understand why they are being arrested.
Yeah. So this is such a dark joke, but I'm like, come on, mini boo.
Sign language. So if the police officer does not know sign language, if they're going to arrest a deaf person or a mute person, they should send a special needs officer to accompany them.
Okay.
So you have the right to remain silent, not to incriminate yourself, and also communicate with an advocate or anyone else of their choice.
Yes.
So you should be given at least one phone call to make. So you should not be detained for more than 24 hours before being taken to court, unless it's a weekend. I think this part of unless it's a weekend is what everybody takes advantage of, and they arrest you on Friday.
Yeah, especially. So you can imagine. So like is it the last week we had a week like a holiday on Friday? So you're arrested on Thursday.
So you have to wait.
Thursday. So the whole of Thursday, Friday you're there, Saturday, Wednesday. In fact, ushakuwa inmate huko ndani.
Yeah, and once you're taken and appear in court, you must, as in, either be released on bond or bail, unless there's a compelling reason not to, and that comes from the judge. Detention, police may hold the person up to 24 hours while investigating, and I think we talked about the forms of investigation and torture the other time. So they need to comply with those rules of investigation. They can record a statement, gather evidence, consult with the director of public prosecution who is in charge of now accusing you. Because the police cannot accuse you, they have to go to the DPP.
Yes.
If they need more time, they must get it from court. So that has to an approval has to come from court to detain you any longer than the said dates.
Yes. And lastly is arraignment in court, that is within 24 hours the arrested person is taken before the magistrate's court. Charges are read out and the accused is asked to plead guilty or not guilty, and from there the court then decides whether to grant bail or bond, and after which they can also decide to set conditions of release or remand the accused if necessary. So the next time you're arrested, make sure these are some of the things that are being observed. Not unless it's just like on those special occasions whereby it's a holiday, it's on a Friday, so we get to spend like a couple of days in the hizo kunguni wanasemangaji huko ndani, all right? And now with the edge, stick around, because when we come back we have a devotional of the day courtesy of none other than Mr. Philip.